Do you miss getting your first paycheck? Not the big money one, the small one. The one that you got from selling Pokemon cards, the collector at school, and realizing that you are now halfway to that blessed goal, buying your own chicken nuggies. Lord, the smile on my face when I finally got those. Of course, I had to pawn off my old Bakugan, but like, I wasn't using them. The pride in my step when I walked into that shop alone and ordered my own 6-piece, man. I miss when I didn't know that money ruled the world, that you're only as free as your bank account lets you be, and that you're gonna have to give up on some things and work your already tired ass off just to get the taste of that freedom that you wanted as a kid. I miss growing up, basically. This, if everything goes well, is going to be my last term in college, which means I can now change my answer on every survey from student to unemployed. Hooray! So happy. Corporate slavery. Woohoo! The workforce. 9 to 5s. Yay! I'm frothing at the mouth in excitement. I had a good run, though, growing up and being young, and there were some lowlights, but Lord, we had some good times. I miss when my biggest problem was the fact that school got cancelled, but I'd already changed into my school stuff, and now I need to get unchanged. And since it was a school day, I didn't know what show was on, so I just had to cycle through the channels, and I figured out that Ben 10 and Phineas and Ferb showed at the same time, so like, which one do I watch? Impossible choice. I could not pick, but now I had to pick one. But at least I'm home. I miss when adults were superheroes or supervillains, when they were paragons of virtue of what was right and wrong, and they were people who wouldn't falter under anything and always had the answer and always had everything under control. Because now I see that they're just like me. They're people who set out with a dream but had to settle for living, not because they wanted to, but that's just how life is. Sometimes have to give up happiness for comfort of not just yourself, but the people that you love. I don't even know if I can call that a shame. I miss when older people were just friends with a lot of money and freedom and a car, and I didn't realize that they were someone who was running away from something, and that's why they were here. I miss not realizing that they took such good care of me because they also knew what it felt like to be in my position. Because they knew how the world worked and I didn't, because I was so young, and they tried to make the most of it for me. Ice cream, jokes, runs anywhere I wanted to go, play whatever I wanted to, because I only had this for so long and they knew that. I miss when games were fun. Not that they aren't now, but it's just there's less magic to them now. Back when you were learning about how everything worked and you didn't know what a good game was from a bad game, everything was just magic. Every enemy was cool, every mess up you made you learned from, and it was fun because then you got better and you didn't know that you were doing bad because that's all you knew how to do. I don't know why kids are so, that's a joke. I know why kids are so obsessed with winning, because that's just how everyone is made to be. We have to succeed. That's what we're trained to do. If you don't succeed at the thing you're doing, then it's not gonna happen. So obviously you have to do well. We're trained to win, but I miss when we could just be happy losing because we did it together and we laughed because, yeah, we were being very, very dumb. And when we made an insane run, an insane comeback, we were laughing because we came back and not sighing semi-disappointedly because we threw our first few rounds and we expected ourselves to do better. We were just happy to be playing the game. I miss everyone I grew up with. I miss back when you were all just thinking about what you wanted to do and you didn't know what it was, but you know you wanted to do something and that the future was ahead of you and that there was light in your eyes. Because now I see that it's fading, that you're accepting reality as it is and that you might not be able to do the thing that you wanted to do back then. Know that I don't look at you like the people that you think you are now. I know that that's a part of you, but I also see that there's someone who wanted to do something. I still see you as the giant who wanted to change the world, pursue art, music, sing a song, become the best at this game, become someone who people would talk about, or just someone who could make people happy. I hope you know I'm rooting for you, because I don't want you to give up on that, because that's the friend I knew, the friend I made, the friend I love. The same goes for you. I might not know your story, but please hold on to the dream. They're gonna get buried under bills and broken promises and losses that come far too quick, but please try to remember that kid, what they wanted, and give it to them. I miss when no one knew any better, because that means we had infinity in front of us. Nothing was stupid because we didn't know it was and we just believed that we could. I miss before I knew what good media was, what my favorite show was, what songs I played on repeat, and what books my couldn't read till second grade ass couldn't put down. Because somewhere in that I realized it's what I wanted to do, and I realized quickly that I couldn't. Writing is hard. My pen traces chicken scratches and grammar is confusing, and to this day there are far too many words I don't know how to spell. And giving my first draft to my first critic, I was met with, I don't know what this says. I could understand it, so why couldn't they? Okay, I'll try something else, I guess. Maybe I could draw with the words. That way they wouldn't get confused. I should be able to learn how to do it. I mean, people are learning how to do it. It shouldn't be hard. And when I turned in the next draft, I was met with, oh, is this someone selling a hot dog? No, it's a soldier with a sword, but I guess it doesn't look like it. You're right. My friends could probably have been able to draw something like this, something that actually looked like a sword, something that really was a warrior, something that really looked like what it was supposed to be, but I couldn't. So I guess we have to try something else. Maybe I could speak. I can't sing well, but perhaps I can share. But whenever I open my mouth to try, I see the people around me and I can't. Words are stuck in my throat because people are loud and they are scary, and when they look at me, they gaze into my soul, and should I speak wrongly, their laughter will cut my heart and I will bleed. Better to not. So I don't. I miss when I didn't know that the measure of success was by how much money you made, and that money is made because people want your thing. They didn't have to love it, heck, they didn't even have to like it. They just needed to try it. You just had to convince them that it was something that they should do. And now it's hard for me to just make things without thinking, oh, everyone needs to see this. This needs to go viral and this needs to blow up. I wish I could just make things for me. I wish I could stop convincing myself that it's okay if no one sees it. I wish I could go back to when just making things was enough. But at the end of the day, it's what I want, and I can't stop myself from wanting it, and I won't. I'm either a paradox or someone trying to conquer their biggest fear, because everything I want is locked behind everything I fear. So I learn. I cannot write, so I type. I cannot draw, so I edit photos, videos, because something on this vast array of human content will be able to express the feeling that I want to show. And when I find it, I will meld them together and you will understand. I cannot speak to faces in a crowd, so I speak alone in a room. I stutter when I talk, and I think to pause, but pause to think. And as you can see, I get my words wrong. And that is all something I can't get rid of, but I can either hide and not try, or show it to the world and be the me I want to see. When you have a dream, you go get it. You're never gonna get it the way you thought you would, but if you just fight every day, you're on the way there. Every day you might not gain any ground, you might just get an inch, or you might make a mile, but as long as you keep trying, I know you will do it. So let's try together. As long as I'm going, you keep going. Okay? Cool. Waking up every day is all about doing things you don't want to do, but you're rewarded. You get to wake up